Today we're going to make a mayonnaise that's super simple, it's Whole30 approved, and tastes so great that you'll never buy store-bought mayonnaise again. For this recipe you only need 5 ingredients. Salt, I use the pink Himalayan salt, ground mustard, an egg, we get the fancy brown ones, half a lemon, and some oil. I like the extra light tasting olive oil. Some people also use avocado oil, but I'm not that fancy. You'll need a measuring cup. You can use a squeezer if you have one, or you can just squeeze the lemon into your hand to hold the seeds. And then you'll need an immersion blender. To start off with, you need 1 1/4 cup of your oil. And I'll just go ahead and mix all of the ingredients right in my measuring cup. You do want a measuring cup that has a bottom that's just slightly larger than the bottom of your immersion blender. That's important. You don't want it to be very much bigger. If it's a tight fit, that's the best. If you don't have a measuring cup that's the right size, then you can use a mason jar or whatever you want. Once you've got your oil in the cup, it's time to add your egg. Then the juice of half a lemon. And then half a teaspoon of mustard and salt. I usually just eyeball this, but since I was making a video today, I figured I would make it official. So these actually are a half a teaspoon if you want to get an idea of what that looks like. I also put it directly in the thing instead of going through the trouble of using a cutting board. Okay, once all the ingredients are in your cup, it's time to bust out the immersion blender. Once you have the immersion blender, you want to leave it off and get it all the way down to the very bottom of your cup. This is important. You do not want to turn it on and mix it up until it's at the bottom. So go ahead and stick it all the way in. Okay, one key tip is to, once you have your immersion blender all the way down on the bottom, do not let go of it to reframe your shot and get a cool little B-roll GoPro shot from the bottom, because you end up with this. Spilled oil and raw egg all over the table, all over me, all over the floor. Dog's in here, he's trying to get it. I tried to scoop everything back off the table into the cup, so we'll still try it and see what happens there. Now you want to hold it, keep it at the bottom until you see it start getting thick, and then just kind of slowly raise it up. Once you see that it's started and you get a little bit that's emulsified, I believe is the term, then you can go ahead and start raising it up. Once you get just a little bit, you're going to be fine. I don't know if this is actually working. I don't know. I mean, we're obviously not going to eat it because it's been all over the table and the floor, but for demonstration purposes, it's still working. I use the high speed at first, and then once it gets in, I just kind of move it around and just occasionally hit the low speed to get it all mixed up. And there you have it. Delicious, creamy, homemade mayonnaise. And today we're going to go over how to recondition your DIY farmhouse table. First, try to make homemade mayonnaise. Second, spill the mayonnaise all over the table in an oily mess. Then you just rub it in there, get in all those nooks and crannies, that raw egg goodness. Luckily this is extra light tasting olive oil, so if you're ever licking the table you won't get any pungent olive oil flavors.